Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate so you never ever have to work a job again. And today we're going to be talking all about how you can become wealthy and rich and how to do it very, very fast, how I've done it, and many of my students have done it as well. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here's your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm super pumped to have you here, and I'm also really pumped at what's going on in the real estate market right now. Now is literally the best time to be investing in real estate, and I got to tell you really quickly that one of my coaching students, in fact, they're a couple, Frank and Taylor, fantastic couple. They came to the Real Estate Investor Conference. They came to the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. They came to Rubicon, hung out with me. It was so great hanging out with them one-on-one. Turns out now they have their first property under contract. It's going to close just in a couple weeks, and they're going to be making plenty of money in passive income, a minimum of $250 a month from every single property. They're investing out of state. It is a great time to invest in real estate. Now, I know a lot of people might be thinking, well, hey, the prices are really, really high. Well, yeah, for people who aren't investors, who don't know what they're doing, how to capture equity. In fact, I have one student, his name is Benjamin, fantastic investor up in Sacramento, California. He's a pastor, love working with pastors, helping them to also make money so they can provide for their family. So he has a property, bought it for, I think it was like $108,000 after he put some money into it, fixing it up. And after buying it for $108,000, it appraised for like $170,000 or $180,000. Can you believe that? He's able to now take that money, refinance it, pull that cash back out, buy the next property. And pretty soon, I'm going to bring both of them on so they can share with you how they did it. Frank and Taylor, as well as Benjamin, bring them on separately so they can share their stories. But it's super encouraging to see that people who wouldn't necessarily think that they could do it actually did it. And what is great is if you have somebody who's already done it before, if you find a mentor, if you have a coach, if you get somebody else that's done it before that knows how to do it, they're going to help you accelerate the timeline to getting your first property, and at the same time, make sure that you are going to do it right. Just like if you're playing any sport in general, a coach is literally going to help you to make sure you're not doing it wrong, doing it right. I'll give you a quick example. I'm teaching my daughter, she's 13, she's playing soccer, and she likes playing goalie, so I'm teaching her how to drop kick a ball. And so usually, sad to say this, she's probably not going to hear me say this, but she's kicked the ball over her head, and one time it even backwards, and one time it even went into the goal. That was super embarrassing. So I said, babe, we gotta show you how to do it right. So I taught her basically how to punt a football, but you're holding a soccer ball. Obviously, I'm more of a football player. But take the ball, lean forward, put it in both hands, lean forward a little bit, take a couple steps, drop it, don't throw it up in the air, all this sort of stuff. But after, I would say, a good 10 minutes of helping her to remember the motions, remembering the step-by-step motions, and doing the same thing over and over again. As you're doing that, your body gets muscle memory, and then it's able to duplicate it, replicate it over and over again. And now she's kicking the ball exactly where she's supposed to kick it to her teammates as a way to get it downfield to her teammates. Same thing with real estate investing. As long as we are taking every single step that's going to be the right step, eventually over time, we're going to get that muscle memory. We're going to learn how to do it right. In fact, all of my students, my goal is to teach them how to fish, not just give them a fish. I have a lot of students that just ask me, hey, Dustin, what about this property? Dustin, what about this property? They basically asking me to tell them, should they buy this property or not? What I usually do is I ask them questions so they answer these questions, and it helps them to realize if it's a good property or not. Now, I will tell them, in fact, I never tell a student, which property to buy, what to do or what not to do. Well, I take that back. Only time I tell a student what not to do or to do something, it's literally to not do something. Like, hey, do not, I've done this before, do not buy this property. You're overpaying it. you're not going to make enough money in passive income. It's going to be a bad property, whatever it might be. I literally say, do not buy this property. If you buy it, it's without my blessing, so don't do it. That's the only time. But every other time, it's really, I'm trying to give everybody education, showing them all the possibilities of how to find the property, fund the property, how to do it right where you're making money in passive income. Because as you're listening to this, you might be thinking, okay, I've listened to Dustin's podcast quite a bit, and I'm learning a good amount about real estate investing. Well, what's great is you're learning, and at the same time, as you're learning, you're also seeing all the different options that are out there. Now, I know of dozens and dozens of options or ways to find properties, dozens and dozens of ways to fund the property, and how to also put them all together. And that's what's great about being able to work with other people and having a coach, somebody that's been there before. And so actually what's really neat, I have a lot of people asking me about short-term rental properties. I love short-term rental properties. Personally, my risk tolerance of what I want for my family is I want 80% of my properties in my portfolio to be long-term, steady income properties. Don't have to worry about, travel and vacation and coronavirus and all that sort of stuff. But 20% also being in short-term properties. So what I'm actually doing is I'm creating another course. I literally have 5 courses already. The Ultimate Real Estate Investing System, that's literally put hundreds of hours creating this course. That's everything that you really need to invest in long-term rental properties. Created the out-of-state investing course, created Advanced Investor, Your First Investment, which is a financial literacy course, as well as the Real Estate Foundations. Now I'm going to create a short-term real estate investing course. And pretty soon I'm actually going to open it up for pre-sale. So as I'm creating it, I'm going to give you like literally half, if not more, off of the price of the course. So you can buy it before it's done, and you can also go through it and help me to make sure that it's well-rounded. Like all your questions, you're going to be able to ask me questions, and I'm going to be able to answer those questions and put those videos inside the course so it's a well-rounded course. And that's what I love to do, is make sure that I get my students who are going through everything that I'm putting out so that they are able to help craft it, because they're going to have questions that I'm not even going to think about. So actually, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and put that course up for pre-sale. You can go ahead and buy the course, but I'm going to give it to you for, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do 75% off because it's not even built yet. I'm guaranteeing it's not even built, but I will have it done by the end of May. And as soon as it's done, I will give you access to it, and I'm going to give you 75% off of the course. Go to the link in the description, masterpassiveincome.com/short term. All one word, short term. Should be dash, but there's not going to be. It's going to be masterpassiveincome.com/short term. You'll be able to go and get this course for 75% off. What I want you to use the promo code podcast. Use the promo code, the word podcast. It'll give you 75% off, and you will get this course before anybody else, and you will be able to help me craft this course with your questions to make sure it gets even better. You're basically going to be getting like one-on-one coaching with me as you ask these questions. I want to make great videos and teaching for you to do well in your short-term rental properties. And now everybody would love to become a millionaire. It would be fantastic. In fact, it is not that hard to actually become a millionaire if you do the right things, the right steps that millionaires all over have done over and over again. There are just some key steps that you need to take. Now, this is a simple process. It's not easy, but it's simple. Let me walk you through what it takes to become, and actually the steps to actually become a millionaire. And hey guys, get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL to 33777. Rental to 33777, and I'll literally give you my real estate investing course showing you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first, how to scale the business, buy the right properties, making $250 or more every single month in passive income. I'll literally just give it to you. You can get started investing right away. Text the word rental to 33777. Now let's look at what a millionaire actually is. Now, a millionaire could be somebody that has $1 million in cash, literally sitting in the bank or maybe underneath their mattress. That could be and is a millionaire. They have a worth of $1 million. But what also is a millionaire is somebody who has assets. Things that are worth more than they bought it for, that accumulate enough to where they have $1 million in value. Let's say you buy a house. You buy a house, and say after 10, 15 years, the value goes up, and it goes up to where it's $200,000 more than you bought it. Well, that's $200,000 in equity. That's $200,000 in value in that asset. Well, then your net worth is at $200,000. Now, let's say you had 5 properties that had a $200,000 value equity above what you owe. Well, 5 properties times $200,000, that's $1 million. That's where you become a millionaire. Basically, you have $1 million in value. Now, here's what I will tell you, because what I want to share with you is how to actually buy that real estate so you can become a millionaire, but then also not just have that $1 million stuck inside of a house. A value is literally there you can't use. I'm going to show you how you can actually use that value in each one of those houses to buy more houses and be able to provide for yourself and your family without working that job. With these properties that you buy, you can actually make passive income. So here's what happens. When you buy one rental property, you buy one piece of real estate that you can rent out to somebody else. What they're going to do is they're going to pay everything for you and pay you extra for living there. So this is what it looks like. Now, I own like 30 plus rental properties now, and I don't pay my taxes. I don't pay my insurance. I don't pay my mortgage, my property manager fees. I don't even pay for repairs. I don't pay any of that stuff. My tenants pay for every bit of that expense. And then I make sure I can make extra on top, which is passive income. So I have the house that has value, which let's just say it's $200,000 in value. But on top of that, I'm making money every single month in passive income. And what that looks like is if you have a house that you buy that actually has a total of expenses for mortgage, insurance, property manager fees, all that sort of stuff, we add all of those fees up. Let's say it adds up to $1,000 a month, including your mortgage. Then on top of that, we talk to our property manager and say, property manager, how much can this house rent for? They might say, okay, well, it rents for $1,300. Well, you have $1,000. Minus that $1,300, that's $300 difference. That difference is passive income. So on top of the value that you have in the house, you are also making $300 a month in passive income from that one property. Now, here is what is super amazing about owning rental properties and getting passive income through those rental properties is number one, you get the value. Obviously, you get that value, but you can also use that value to buy more properties. I will get to that in just a second. Now, with this one property, we make $250 a month in passive income at the minimum. Some might be $300, some might be $500. Some properties I own, they're like $700 or $800 a month in passive income, which is super amazing. If you had just one property that made you $250 a month, that's $3,000 a year in passive income. That's you don't work and you make money. If you had 10 properties that made you $250 a month, that's $2,500 a month in passive income. That is $30,000 a year without working. If you have 20 properties, that's $5,000 a month in passive income, $60,000 a year, and you can just keep going. But here's the thing, you don't even work. Now that equity that you have in your property, this is what I was going to share with you. That equity you have in your property, you can actually pull that out and use that to buy a new property that's going to be making you another $250 a month. Now let's say you have a home where you have equity in the property. Let's say you bought it, a couple of years goes by and it goes up in value. You can do what is called a cash out refinance. Now, if you check out the comment card up there or check a link in the description, I'll give you where I actually walk you through how I did a cash out refinance, got money back and used it to buy more properties, which is what you want to do. But what we do is we pull that cash out. And here's the great thing. It's a loan. It's not like when you sell the house, let's say you sell a rental property, you get $200,000 in appreciation and you get that money in your pocket. Well, Uncle Sam, the government is literally going to tax you on that. They're going to tax and take money out. And then you don't have the property, not making you any money in passive income. But what happens is if you refinance the property, that is a tax-free loan. You pull that money tax-free out, then you put that into a property. But the beautiful thing is it's tax-free and your tenants pay for that loan. You do it over and over again. That's how we scale. Here at Master Passive Income, we buy one property, then we scale it to a second property. We scale it to 5, 6, 10 properties, and we keep growing. Now, if you want to be a millionaire, great. Having $1 million in assets is great. But wouldn't it be better to have an extra $5,000 a month in passive income where you literally didn't work, but money came in without you working and you could pay for your bills, you can go out to eat whenever you want, you could travel the world? Because if, let's say you had $10,000 a month in passive income, you had these properties without even working, that is so much better than just becoming a millionaire, which is good, don't get me wrong. I would rather have money coming in so that I did not have to work. Now, after you build up your business, you scale your business even more, you buy more and more properties, that's when you quit your job because you have enough money. Then, this is absolutely what you must do. Then you take that same time that you had 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, putting it towards your boss's business. You create your own business, whatever it might be. It could be a landscaping business. It could be, babysitting, whatever you want to do, but you then create a business because the value that you have is so much more than your boss could ever pay you. I'll give you an example why. You'll know exactly why. Your boss is only paying you enough to keep you working without quitting, but not so much that's taking money out of their pocket. And so as you put that rest of your time, all that value that you have in yourself, because you're worth so much more than your job, after you actually put that towards something else that builds you value, it puts value in your pocket, then you have a business that frees up your time even more so that you can invest in more properties. You give people jobs, you make everything so much better because as you become a millionaire, you have extra money. Extra money breeds extra time. Extra time brings extra relationships. Hang out with your kids, talking to your mom on the phone more, whatever it might be. You get more relationships, but then you serve more people by building businesses, and those businesses make you more money and more money and more money. Now, the great thing on top of all this is as you build your rental property business, as you save money, as you build more businesses and quit your job, you compound. That first million is very, very hard to make. Don't get me wrong. I know, I've been there. It's very hard to make. But the second and third million and the fourth million, it's so much easier because you have all the money that you had from your first million to implement or put into your next business or your next properties. You keep snowballing it. You keep, a snowball, you roll it down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and faster. Same exact thing with passive income, with investing, with having more cash, more time, you build more and more snowballs. Let's say you had 8 snowballs going down the hill, creating more money. That's what we want to do as investors. Making that first million is hard. That second million's easier. Third million, it just gets easier and easier. And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching. Get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.